They call him a legend, a powerhouse, the man who conquered pro wrestling, Hollywood, fitness culture, and social media. To millions, he is The Rock, a symbol of confidence, hard work, and unbreakable charisma. The guy who always wins, always smiles, always lifts heavier, earns bigger, and climbs higher. That is the myth. This story is about the other side. The side nobody wants to talk about. The side Hollywood tried to keep polished, protected, and spotless, until people started noticing cracks, strange choices, forced smiles, ego battles, box office flames, whispers inside the industry getting louder than the roar of an arena crowd. This is not about destroying a man. It is about removing the filter from a celebrity machine that never sleeps. The machine that sells perfection, while hiding insecurity under layers of muscle, charm, and billion-dollar branding. Because somewhere along the way, admiration quietly turned into confusion. Fans who once cheered started asking uncomfortable questions. How does a guy go from every role being a guaranteed hit to suddenly being everywhere, yet nowhere? How does Hollywood's most bankable action star turn into Hollywood's most controversial brand? How did the man who once felt untouchable become the center of Hollywood's weirdest lie? It started with power. Real power is not loud. It is quiet, strategic, selective, and patient. The Rock did the opposite. He became everywhere. Every talk show, every blockbuster, every franchise he could attach his name to, every protein drink, every clothing line, every motivational video. The public did not see ambition anymore. They saw saturation, overexposure. A man trying too hard to prove he is still the king. Then came Black Adam, the movie that was supposed to reset the DC universe around him. His script, his rules, his vision. He wanted to reshape a cinematic universe to orbit around his brand. Fans expected greatness. They got confusion. Critics saw ego. The box office saw reality. The studio felt betrayal. The public smelled arrogance. Every press headline repeated the same uncomfortable theme. The Rock was not saving DC. He was saving himself. People noticed something else too. The aura that was once effortless started looking manufactured. The social media grind, the constant gym clips, the endless hustle motivation quotes. It looked less like inspiration and more like a man fighting his own relevance. A man terrified of silence, terrified of being ordinary, terrified that the spotlight could move on. True confidence does not chase the camera. It lets the camera chase it. Then the fast and furious drama exploded. Vin Diesel, the cast, the franchise family vibe. What should have been a fun storyline turned into a public power struggle. Fans saw the cracks. Egos, negotiations, ultimatums. A feud that exposed what Hollywood had whispered for years. The guy who sells brotherhood does not always practice it behind closed doors. Sometimes loyalty is just branding. This is where the lie reveals itself. Hollywood sells heroes, not the truth. We want to believe in perfect icons, so we do not have to face reality. Nobody is flawless. The problem is not that The Rock made mistakes. Everyone does. The problem is Hollywood protected the illusion too long until the audience felt tricked. When fans sense that, they do not get disappointed. They get suspicious. Slowly, people started noticing things they once ignored. Exaggerated stories. Rumors of creative control battles. Claims of box office numbers bigger than reality. Feuds dressed as brotherhood. Motivation speeches starting to sound like commercials. When a brand tries to be everything, it becomes nothing. When a man tries to be unstoppable, he starts looking fragile. Strength is not only muscles. Strength is knowing when to step back, listen, adjust, and evolve. True icons reinvent instead of repeat. They grow instead of pretending they already peaked. They face humility instead of fighting it. None of this makes him a villain. It makes him human. A man who climbed higher than most people ever dream. A man who turned pain into success. Discipline into empire, charisma into multi-generational influence. That deserves respect. What he built is rare, impressive, and undeniable. He worked for it. He earned it. Yet somewhere on that climb, he forgot something simple. Audiences love honesty more than muscle. People follow leaders, not brands. Fans can forgive almost anything except arrogance wrapped in motivation quotes. The world does not expect perfection. It expects authenticity. When a legend looks afraid of losing control, people stop believing the legend and start studying the person. Hollywood is not kind. It builds you loud and destroys you quiet. First applause, then silence, then ridicule, then they pretend you were never the favorite. The Rock is not done. He is not finished. This is not his downfall. This is a crossroad. Either he keeps chasing the image of an untouchable titan and watches the world move on, or he lets the armor crack, shows the man under the muscles, and becomes something stronger than a brand. Because icons do not fall when they get criticized. They fall when they refuse to evolve. The story is not, The Rock is a fraud. The story is that Hollywood tried to keep a perfect statue polished while the audience evolved beyond needing statues. They want truth now. Raw edges, flaws, vulnerability, growth. The weirdest lie is not that The Rock is fake. It is that fame tried to convince us he was superhuman. He is not. He never needed to be. His real power was always his resilience, humor, and human grit. The world admired the man long before the empire. If he chooses humility over hype, reflection over repetition, and real leadership over branding, he will rise again. Bigger, deeper, and more respected than before. Because legends are not made by muscles. Legends are made by chapters. This is just a messy one. The comeback begins when he stops trying to look invincible and starts being real again. That is the version people want back. Not a superhero. A human fighter. For more celebrity truth breakdowns, Hollywood reality checks, and the stories behind the stars you think you know, subscribe to StarBuzz. Tap the bell, drop a like, and stay tuned. Hollywood hides the truth. We bring it to light.